Welcome to Viscera Cleanup Detail Modeling Part 2. We're going to learn how to place down the object now, actors, which will be player start, and the lights. The way to access the, uh, the object built specifically for Viscera Detail is to use the content browser. It's next to binoculars, and you click on it, and that opens up the content browser window. Now, when you first start your game, it'll appear something like this. So the first thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna navigate to Viscera Cleanup Detail packages. So here among the packages on the left lower side, we're gonna expand the UDK game, and then down here is Viscera. Now every time you start, you have to right click on it and fully load. Mine is already full loaded. Yours might have to be pressed, and it's gonna uh, display the loading bar window, and it's gonna load up. Now let's start placing objects down. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna filter it on top what we want. Let's start with the floor where we're gonna stand on. So let's type on floor, and notice that the selection is really big, and notice there's a lot of even textures here. There might be materials, something that it's not used for placing down or standing on it. It's not meant for that, right? So what we have to do, we have to filter out the static meshes. So here's a checkbox, static mesh, and this will gives us the option to lay down our foundation. So I can click, drag and drop, and I can also just select it, go to my viewport, right click it and add static mesh. So I'm gonna cycle with my space to move tool and lift it up, and notice that it works just like that. Can also drag it, it works the same way. Alright, let's adjust our other perspective viewports. So let's align them together. Let's make a floor here. So notice, because I have a grid snaps on, it's gonna automatically snap on a grid. Alright, let's see the front perspective, aligning perfectly. Perfect. And now let's talk about the production of this asset. How do I copy paste them in a very efficient and quick way? We can always Control C and Control V, so copy and paste it, but that it's very inefficient. You have to press it in twice, and then you have to drag it out. So what it's even better in Unreal Development Kit is that you can just select what you wanted to have copied, and you hold your Alt and just drag it out, just like that. Alright, let's align it, and here we got our floor. Let's expand it on our right. Sorry, on our left. Here we go, and we have our room, but we're gonna make it a little bit wider. And a little bit bigger. Alright, good. Now let's place down the starting point, player start point. You want to have it at least 2, 3, or 4. For a purpose of this tutorial, I'm just gonna place 1, and later on we might add more. So you go to Add Actor, and then Add Player Start. Notice this is the icon for player start. I'm gonna pull a little bit lower. Here we go. Alright, so we placed down the player start window, but we probably need walls here. So again, open up the content browser and let's filter walls. I'm gonna just drag it in, and now I'm gonna use this top perspective window to align it. Just like that, and now let's drag it out. Now we have two left. Let's select both of them. Again, Alt, drag it out. Now let's again drag it out for the other side. And now there's some really cool feature that you can do is we have to rotate this. As you notice, it's rotated the wrong way. So what we can do, we can right click on rotation tool, which is here. The rotation mode is here. We right click on it, and now we can use degrees to specify how much do we want it to rotate. There we go, and it's done. Now let's place it up for the other parts. What we can do is just make a new one here. I'm using space to cycle through the rotation. Let's see, correct orientation, pressing space to cycle to a move tool. Here we go, align it. And now let's hold Alt and just drag it out. Make it fit perfect. Using one axis. Alright, holding Control and selecting those. Holding Alt, dragging them out. Just like this, and now let's go trial and error with rotation. Let's try 27. Nope. How about 90? Yeah, 90 works. So here we have, let's make it fit a little bit better here. That's better. That's good. That's good. Now I wanna see how it looks in game. So what you can do, you can use something called PIA, Play in Editor. A very useful tool. But before we can do it, which is over here, we have to build it. We have to press build all, because the game actually has to build the pathfinding, which is not really useful in this game, but it needs to build it, and it needs to build the lighting in order so we can see what's going on. Even though our scene currently doesn't have a lighting, but when you're gonna make your own. Alright, now that you complete it, I can close this errors, and I can press, play in editor, PIA. Notice that we spawned below it, so we'll have to adjust the play start, but it looks like this. Let's see, where's our player start? Perhaps it's too close. Well, let's adjust. Alright. Actor. Player start. Alright, paths needs to be rebuilt. So what are we gonna do? We're just gonna place a light here, which is actor out light. Drag it in, and it's because we already have one here. Alright, that explains it. So now we place that one down, we would have a light. So because we placed the light, I actually need to rebuild everything, and then we can test it out. So we can close it, and now we can go play in editor. This is how it looks like. Mm, everything aligns, and the skybox above. So the way we have a skybox is because when you actually work on your own object, you go in a file and you go new blank level, blank map. For this tutorial, we're just gonna use this for now. Alright, so we learned how to place the lights down, basic light, basic player start, or how to place and manipulate objects. And now we're gonna learn how to place Viscera objects down. So open the content browser, the different tab, which is actor classes. If we click on it, it'll expand you a new window with categories on it. What we're looking for is Viscera. We'll expand that, and this is where all the dispensers and the Viscera items are located at. So let's start with dispenser. Let's go with this guy. Pressing space to rotate it. Alright, how about bucket dispenser? Here we go. Not the bucket, but bucket dispenser. Here we go. Notice that sometimes you just drag it out, and well, what happens is, well, sometimes you have to expand it and drag it out. Sometimes you can just expand it from well, from the root category. And now let's place the incinerator, which is, let's find it together. It's usually a little lower. Where are you? Here we go. And here we have incinerator. Notice if you drag at this one, you get incinerator. If you drag at the lower one, you have a fireplace. Just something to keep in mind. Let me see if we can actually find the incinerator. Look at there. Here it is. Here is located. Alright. So now that we place down the objects, we know how to move them, how to drag them out, how to align them. We know how to place the player start. We know how to place the light, how to rebuild everything and test it in game, and we know